Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Pearson podcast, episode 40, I believe, 40. You know, it's freaking crazy how fast these episodes are coming out. Like I was thinking back to, I don't know why it made me think of it, but I was thinking back. I'm like, because because November 1st is my birthday. I'm turning 25. Day after Halloween. But I was thinking, okay, wow, I'm turning 25. And I believe I remembered back to episode 24. And obviously, when it was episode 24, I'm like, wow, I'm 24 years old. And it's crazy. I'm already at 25, like 15 episodes from there. That's 15 weeks. Like, I could have done a lot in 15 weeks. And I guess I did do it a lot. See, that's the thing. That's the thing that's wrong with me. I'm gonna get into what I'm talking about, later in this episode in a second. But that's the thing. It's like, I look at time, I'm like, well, shoot, man, I'm 25. When I graduated, or 24. When I graduated, I was 18. That's 6-7 years. I could have done a lot in 6-7 years. But I need to stand back and really visualize. Like, even when I'm saying this, I feel like I'm not capable of truly appreciating everything that I've done to this point. Maybe it's because I have no perspective. Maybe it's because, no perspective of what other people are doing. Things like that. But yeah, I hope someone gets something from that, because it's, I feel like a really important part of being happy in life is being able to look back at what you've accomplished, and not only that, but being present in the time that you are accomplishing all that stuff. Being present is astronomical. But yeah, that was just something that was flowing around in my brain when I started this. So, yeah. So, what are we talking about today? Well, for starters, let's talk about... Okay, I'm just going to do a quick rundown of what the podcast is going to be about. I'm going to talk about the past couple of dinners that I've made, because I missed last week because some stuff was going on. And I apologize for that, truly do. I really don't want that to ever happen again, okay? I truly don't. Trust me. Excuse me. I missed last week, so I can talk about some of the dinners, if you're interested in that. If you don't know, if you're new, because I have gained quite a few subscribers. I think, like, I'm almost to 90 or something like that. Thank you very much, everybody, who's subscribing and enjoying the videos. I can't thank you enough. Right, if you don't know, if you're new here, I make dinner for my family 2 to 3 times, 4 times a week. And I enjoy doing that. And, I do homemade pizza, cast iron pizza, teriyaki chicken. We have a smoker, so I do some barbecuing, but yeah, there are 2 dinners that I'm going to talk about this podcast. I got my new gaming PC, which is right there off camera. I got my new tattoo, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the Arizona trip video. I'm talking about the part 3 of how my grandpa is so healthy, and some new videos that are going to be on my channel. So hopefully that spikes anybody's interest whatsoever. And we're going to be throwing in some goofs and gaffs along the way. So, before we start, thank you all for watching, listening, however you choose to partake in the PP number 40. So, let's start out with the gaming PC. So, I've been looking. Okay, so basically, I've talked about this a little bit in my previous podcast. I'm pretty sure. Long story short is, I've been gaming on this, Windows mode on this through boot camp, and for whatever reasons, because it's a Mac, and you have to go through this thing called boot camp to get it into Windows mode. For some reason, you're bound to run into some problems, some bugs, and for whatever reason, when I played games on there, after I updated it or something, there was no audio for games, videos, anything. So I couldn't hear anybody talk over Discord, or the game volume, or videos, whatever. So that was super annoying. And, I like video games. I like playing video games a lot. So I was like, shoot, how am I going to do this? So basically, I was like, I'm going to buy a gaming PC. Because right now I'm like crazy, save money mode. So it was pretty difficult for me to just be like, I'm going to buy a PC. But it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, I want to spend a lot of money on the things that I'm going to use every single day. Like my phone, that's an easy one. My computer's pretty easy one. Something that I didn't think were going to be that huge, actually, were these headphones. These Sony, forgot what they're called. They're like WX3000. I know they're somewhere. Just give me a GIF. They're somewhere. Hold on. Bear with me. You still with me? Oh, I see it. They are the WH1000XM3s. Now these were like $300 when I got them. The insides look yellow, but I assure you they're not. Like disgusting inside. No, but these, they're noise canceling, and they're like $300, and I was like, shoot, that's a lot, but these are like so nice. I use them every day. I have used them every single day for the past, like, whenever I got them. I think it's been like 2 or 3 years. Every single day. Like, that has been paid off in my mind for years now, like they have helped me through so much. But that's my point. It's like, yes, that's a lot of money, but if I used it, 3 times a year, yeah, that definitely isn't worth it. Am I using it every single day, and is it making my life, like, noticeably better? Then it's a easy call in my mind. So that's why I got the gaming PC. I was like, I just need to bite the bullet, and I knew that it was going to bring not only good vibes to my life, but also, drum roll, I'm going to make video game videos just once a week. I'm going to make a video where I play a game. I don't talk about anything. Like, I'm just going to be talking about the game, and it's going to be, like, really low edited. It's basically going to be a podcast, but I'm just going to be sitting there playing. There's going to be very low edits, depending on the game. I'm oftentimes gonna be playing with my little brother or Josiah or Dallas or Jax or one of my friends or one of my brothers, blah blah blah. So I'm excited for that because I like video games, and another thing is I want to be able to upload more to this channel. I'd like to get to the point where I can upload 3 things a week. The podcast, a video game video, and then I'm trying to figure out what I could maybe like a vlog. I mean, I want to do vlogs so badly, but it takes away from life, like just living it, and instead of living them, I'm thinking, well, shoot, I should have got a video of that, should have got a shot of that, should have recorded then, you know, and I'm huge on like being present and actually like, you know, just being in the moment. And if I'm recording about it and thinking about later and all that stuff, I won't be in the moment. You know, I've heard enough nightmare stories from Casey Neistat and stuff like that, where it's like, I just know that, like, yeah, I'm sure it probably become successful, but I don't think it's worth. I know I can get to where I want success-wise by not sacrificing anything, or at least not sacrificing that much, you know what I mean? But yeah, I just need to figure out some other video. I mean, maybe it's a vlog evolution. Maybe it's like, you know, me and my family go to a hike. I make a video of the hike. Some crap, you know what I mean? Something like that. Or, you know, if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. But yeah, that's where I am right now. So just trying to find another video, but the important thing to know now is that gaming videos will be coming once a week. So podcasts are on Monday, and I'm thinking Thursdays kind of smell good for me, gaming video wise. Think Thursdays, but you know, who knows? We'll figure that out. Oh yeah, also, I'll say it because I don't have it written down. I'll probably forget. Got my wisdom teeth taken out, like last Wednesday. So what is it, Monday? So yeah, it's been like 5 days or something like that. Yeah, I was clonked out. I was kind of nervous before it. You know, the M Night Shyamalan, no, the anesthesia. Yeah, I was a little nervous, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, if I die, I die. I kept thinking, I'm like, what if I went into a coma for like 6 years? You know, like, would you consider, like, say I'm, you know, I'll just say I'm 25 or 24, whatever. Say I'm 24 and I go into a coma for my wisdom teeth for 6 years. When I get out of the coma, would I consider myself 30 years old? Or would I consider myself, like, still 24? You know what I mean? I think I'd probably just consider myself 24 and just because, you know, knowing that, okay, I'm not actually 24, but me thinking that, I think would make my body live on the same amount, because it's like, okay, well, he thinks he's 24, and, well, he technically isn't, but he kind of is. So it's like, if I went on thinking I was 24, I feel like I would still, you know, I don't know. It's just kind of a weird thing to think about, but that's what my brain thinks about oftentimes. Weird freaking crap. But yeah, it was luckily I only have the top two, so I realized that. I realized pretty quick that is like huge. If I had the bottom, if I had one up here, one down here, like, you know, just the bottoms even, or obviously both, eating would be so freaking difficult. But luckily only top two. They were super easy. He did it in like less than half an hour. I mean, obviously I was knocked out, but I saw on the price breakdown he had two 15-minute slots of amnesia. It's not amnesia, anesthesia. Um, so yeah, and yeah, yep, yeah. Wisdom tooth. That way, it wasn't too bad. Honestly, it was. Trying to describe the knockout. What being knockout is like. So basically, they were like, okay, we put the IV in you. The IV is what's going to give me the anesthesia. And I'm like, okay, well, first, the guy was like, not good at IVs. Like, that hurts, and it usually doesn't hurt. But whatever. And then the anesthesiologist, Matt, I do not want to have to say that anymore. I'm going to call it anesthesia. Wait, that's what it's called? Whatever. So the anesthesiologist was like, alright, so the medicine's kicking in. It's going to feel like you've had, a couple of adult beverages. You ever had adult beverages? And like, yeah, once or twice. So, she's like, yeah, let me know when you feel anything. I'm like, okay. So I'm like just sitting there, and you can tell they were looking at me and like looking at each other and like why isn't he feeling anything? That's what I'm thinking, I'm like looking back at them. I'm just like, yeah, I don't feel anything yet. And he's like tapping on my vein, or actually like started like tapping on the bag, and all I thought of, where's that from? Yeah, it's from Bert Kreischer's The Cabin in the Woods, where he had the IV and like Tom Segura squeezed the bag, and he could feel like it just rush into his vein. That's what I thought of, and I thought I was gonna feel it like rush in, but yeah. So I like didn't say anything because I'd still at that point probably like I don't know, a minute or two in, I was like, I don't feel it. I didn't say anything, but I didn't say anything. I didn't say I was feeling anything because I wasn't, and I didn't. Whatever. So basically, the last thing I remember is I was like, someone behind me. I didn't even know they were behind me, but they have like this mouth thing where they put it in my mouth, and like I lean back, and then it like holds, it like jams my mouth open, kind of. Like I'm like, like sitting back like that, and with my mouth open. So I guess when I pass out, like, I don't know, they don't have to like put it in my mouth or some crap. I don't know. But I think I literally only remember like 3 seconds after they put that thing in my mouth, and then I wake up. What do I remember when I wake up? I remember the anesthesiologist, I believe. Yeah. I think I forgot what she said, but they were like both walking me out. I think my mom was there too. I don't know. My mom was the one that drove me there and home. 'Cause obviously, I need to drive her home. Yeah, and then they just walked me out to the car, and I don't really remember them saying anything really. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that was an interesting experience, and then I've just been spending the past few days just on narcotics and chilling. Chilling like a villain. Alright. So that was that. That was the wisdom teeth. So far, we have talked about gaming PC, wisdom teeth, and new videos coming soon. Let me just take a moment to think about what we talked about while I take a sip of this brew. You know when you've left your coffee like sitting there for a while and sediment settles at the bottom and you just get a big old drink of sediment, and that's great. Keurigs, ladies and gentlemen. Always brew your pot. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so you all probably don't give a crap about anything. Well, I'm gonna talk about my tattoo now. So, let's see. How am I going to show it? Whatever. I'll find. I think I got an idea. But so basically, I've been wanting a tattoo for a long time, a very long time, and it's honestly thank the Lord that I waited. I mean, really, you really don't you don't think nah, I'm 18, I'm 20, I'm 22, I'm 23. I know what I want, but if I got what I wanted back then holy crap. I don't even know what I wanted back then, but I know it probably wouldn't have been good. You know what I mean? Would have been in some dumb location, some dumb thing, and I'm sure that's what people will think about the tattoo I have now. But that's me, not you. I got the tattoo on me, not you. But yeah, I think it's just funny. So yeah, I'm glad I waited for sure. And, so basically there's a tattoo place near where I live. I don't know if I should shout it out because it's kinda close to where I live. I mean, kinda, I don't know. It wouldn't have made it won't make a big difference, but whatever. I'll keep it private just to be safe. So, it's like a local shop. It's like the biggest shop near me. And, basically, my parents run this type of bingo thing, and the last couple of years, we, probably, since, I think 2012 was the earliest I know about it, but, you get, there's, donations, businesses donate, gift cards and crap, so basically, my family has accumulated about $160 worth of gift cards to this tattoo place. It was only $200 and $60 to this tattoo place, and they've had it since 2012 was the earliest one. So at first I'm like, all right, I don't know if these people are just gonna be screw off with your 8-year-old, actually 10-year-old gift card, but they accepted it, and went in, got it done, and had it planned out, had it scheduled out a month or more. I scheduled it I think 2 weeks before I left Arizona, if that gives you an indication. So yeah, I got it last Friday. Not this last Friday, but the Friday before that. Yeah, so it's been about a little, almost close to a week and a half, something like that. So that's cool. But yeah, enough beating around the bush. Let me show it to you. So what I'm gonna do is record on my phone and then just sync it up. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is taking off my pants. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut that in. I was trying to keep the audio and everything, but it's easier just to cut it in if you want to see it. So yeah, it's my Pearson Visuals logo on my right calf. I love it. I was planning on getting a little purple, but I couldn't think of exactly how I wanted it. And I knew from the beginning, I just wanted it outlined. You know, everybody's probably going to ask, oh, is it finished? Is it, you going to fill it in? Whatever. I like it outlined, okay? I just do. But yeah, that's my first one. I keep describing the pain as, having like a really sharp pencil, and just kind of like dragging it against your skin. So it's like how I described it to my grandparents yesterday. It was like, it's like in some places it's like nothing. I can go all day, like in some places. But some places where it hits a tendon or a bone or, you know, some really sensitive places, it's like, if it was a little bit more, then I probably couldn't handle it. But it only gets to this point where it's like right at the threshold, you know, and it never goes above the threshold. But it's like right there where it's like, if it was a little bit more, I probably would be like, I don't know if I can get tattoos anymore. But it's enough to where it's like, yeah, that wasn't that bad. I mean, obviously it was uncomfortable and annoying. The guy did it. I put aside like 2 or 3 hours. I'm like, I don't know how long tattoos take. I mean, I brought my headphones and everything, so he starts. I'm like, I'm like laying on my side. I'm like, okay, the pain's not too bad, you know. It's I get it now, you know. Like before you have your first tattoo, you have no idea what it's gonna feel like, and then obviously you get it done, and you do. So, you know, feeling it up, and I'm like, all right, this isn't too bad. And then some places, like I was talking about, get a lot worse. I'm like, whoo. And he was good. This guy is good. This shop that they have, they're all like really good artists, or at least I think so by looking at their work. And they've been in business for a really long time, and you know, yeah. So he was good. I mean, he was obviously my logo is just a bunch of lines, and what he would do is just slower, you know, but would go once over a line, never came back to that line. Literally never came back to that line. And he literally whipped the whole thing out, I think in like half an hour or less, like 25 minutes or half an hour. And he was like, at first he's like, roll over a little bit, you know, so he could get the backside of my leg or whatever. I'm like, all right. And he's like, yeah, we're almost done. I'm like, whoa. You know, that was like 20 minutes in. I'm like, what? I've just been laying there. I didn't even use my headphones or anything. And yeah, I finished it up. And he was like, you sat like a rock. He was surprised that it was my first tattoo. But I was like, yeah, heck yeah, man. I'm getting a lot more in this now that I know the feeling. So, but to the people that say it doesn't hurt, I think you're lying. I mean, maybe it wouldn't hurt on like the arm. Like this, I feel like anywhere on here is like nothing, you know? maybe in here would be a little annoying, or like, yeah, like anywhere on your arm, that's like nothing, I feel. But when it's down there, like, obviously on your torso and places, I feel like it's gonna hurt a lot, especially those places, like your torso and stomach and ribs and stuff like that. But like, back here, I bet would hurt pretty bad. And yeah. Um, but yeah, anybody that says it doesn't hurt, I can't buy that. I can't purchase that. Sorry, I'm just trying to, sorry about that. So yeah, planning on getting many, many more. But yeah, that's what I got so far. Oh yeah, and by the way, if it looked kind of like, ashy, scabby skin, flaky skin, that's just what it looks like. I think until it's fully healed, I think it's gonna be like, I think it said like 4 to 6 weeks before it's fully healed. So it's still got another 2 to 4 weeks. But yeah, I'm excited to see what it looks like once it's fully healed. It looked, my leg, when he shaved my leg, it looked so weird. It looked like some child's leg or something. It was really weird. Alright, so a couple things I'm going to mention really quick before I get into the dinner portion is Arizona trip video. If you know what I'm talking about, then I apologize, and if you don't, then let me fill you in. I went on a trip to Arizona a few weeks ago, and the travel vlog video, whatever, hasn't came out yet. Sorry for that. See, this is the truth. I put so much pressure on myself to make these travel videos, to the best of my ability, and it is a lot of pressure, and honestly, it would have been done for sure, but I'm such a stickler for the music. Like, the music has to be perfect, and it has to be these, songs that just fit perfect and express the emotion, and it's so difficult to find. I usually just resort to Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time songs just because I know, those are tried and true. But yeah, I don't know. It's very difficult finding the right music to videos, trust me. But it will be coming out soon. I just need to kick it into gear, you know what I mean? Yeah, I need to kick it into gear. I'm sorry if you've been waiting on that. So, how my grandpa is so healthy, part 3, coming soon. If you don't know, how my 77-year-old grandpa is so healthy is a couple podcasts that I have on my channel. I forgot what numbers they are, but they're some of my most viewed ones. So if you want to just sort it by most popular, just scroll down, you'll see it. But it's basically a couple of just podcasts with my grandpa. My grandpa's super healthy, and we do a podcast, and he explains how he's so super healthy. And so part 3, I think, is going to be the most important part. It's going to be probably the biggest and coolest episode, filled with the most straightforward facts. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I sure am, and I hope you guys are too. But yeah, just giving you a little teaser of what's to come. Alright, and time to start the talk about the dinners that I made this week. So, I made 2. I made more than that, but I'm going to be talking about 2. because one is a new one and the other one is something super delicious. So the super delicious one that we always do, and here's the thing, it's most of the time just my mom and my dad eating the dinners. Most of the dinners I make, I think, because my little brothers are let's see, 17 and 15. So, they kind of do their own thing. They don't like trying new things a lot of the time, especially the 15-year-old. And because I make Asian dishes, stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of it is they don't like trying. So one example of things that they don't like trying is orange chicken, which if you like orange chicken, you know what they're missing out on. Like, whoa, that is a good dish right there. And to think, okay, sorry, I'm gonna whatever. To think that orange chicken sauce, this revolutionary sauce that only was invented in like 1983, I believe, by the owner of Panda Express, is only soy sauce, sugar, brown sugar, and orange juice. I mean, there's some garlic and ginger and oil and chili flakes as well, but it's like that's like the majority of the sauce. That's, I think, what gives the majority of the orange flavor. It's crazy. It's like it is so. I guess it. Now here's the question: Is orange chicken? Is the recipe of orange chicken the combination of the sauce with the chicken fried in that specific batter, or is the dish orange chicken just any chicken with the orange sauce? Because the only way I've ever tried the orange chicken is the Panda Express way. With that light wet batter, and it's super delicious. But I guess you could grilled chicken, dry batter fry the chicken. I don't know, but yeah, that's a something to think about. Something that'll keep you up at night. So probably the last thing I'm going to be talking about this episode is going to be the final, or the recipe that I made wasn't last night. 2 nights ago, I believe, was I tried making my own Popeyes chicken sandwiches. So, long story short, here's the thing. Everybody mostly liked them. I think everybody liked them. I say mostly because my little brother Spencer said the buns were a little too much, but everybody else liked them a lot. Me, myself, there was something about the combination with these Japanese milk buns, because I followed a fella on YouTube called Josh Wiseman, I believe, and he's super good. I get a lot of recipes from him, but it was his Popeyes chicken sandwich recipe, and he combined Japanese milk buns with this fried chickens. And the fried chickens, it's hard to mess up, but the milk buns, that was not I'm not used to baking things at all, or mixing dough or anything. Those were difficult. I don't know if I would even call it difficult, honestly, but long story short, the difficulty of the recipe isn't important. But what I would say is, I don't know, something was off about the recipe. Now, one thing I will say is I had to use gluten-free flour for the chicken, not the buns, but the chicken, the breading, just because my mom's gluten-free, and it was almost like No, it was almost like the batter wasn't sticking to the chicken. I think the chicken was like so I don't know. It's hard to say. But there was something about the Japanese milk buns and the fried chicken that just didn't do it for me. I believe it was the buns. The buns were good, and they'd be good on other things like pulled pork and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah. Let me think. Is there anything else? Anything else I can talk about? Yeah, truly sorry. I missed last week's episode, but it needed to happen. Look out for the new gaming videos. Little what games I'm going to be playing are probably like Splitgate. If you haven't seen that or checked that out, that's cool. Fortnite, Escape from Tarkov, Call of Duty Warzone, maybe when the new map comes out. Battlefield 2042. I'm really excited about that. That's the only game that I'm legitimately excited about. I mean, Dying Light 2 as well, but especially Battlefield 2042 because Dying Light 2, me and Jax, I'm sure you know if you've listened to previous episodes, but me and Jax been waiting for that for like 2 years now. And I don't know if you know the whole story, but it kept getting delayed and delayed. Well, for one, they didn't even mention anything for like 7 years, I believe, or something like that. And then like 2 years ago, they were like Dying Light 2. So me and Jax were like really excited, and then a year goes by, and then they delay it to another year. So it's finally coming out. I think like December 28th or something. Like they had to say 2021, so they did it at the very end. But whatever. But yeah, that'll be fun. But 2042 is something that I feel like I'm really gonna be able to grind and have a lot of fun on. Yeah, you can expect that kind of stuff. And I still will be thinking about the extra video, what that will be. But it'll all come in due time. I do hope you enjoyed this episode. I truly do. Comment anything you want. And yeah, I'll see you all next Monday. Peace.